Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into something pretty unique, animal care, but through the lens of astrology.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. So get ready for some surprising insights into how simple acts of kindness towards animals can maybe influence your life in unexpected ways.
A lot of people are familiar with like their zodiac signs,
Right.
but what we're going to look at today is how specific animals are connected to planetary energies
Mhm.
and how interacting with them, especially through feeding, can supposedly bring about positive changes.
So let's jump right in.
hmm
And I think we have to start with the cow, an animal that is revered in Hinduism.
Yeah.
They're seen as symbols of motherhood and the earth itself.
hmm
What's the significance of feeding cows in this context?
Well, feeding cows, especially with green grass or flower sweets, is believed to have a positive effect on your life, particularly when it comes to matters related to children or real estate.
Really?
It's almost as if this simple act of kindness
Wow.
can help to shift energy and bring about positive transformations in these areas.
Okay, so if I'm looking to buy a new home
Yeah.
or hoping to start a family, maybe I should consider making friends with a cow.
It's fascinating, right, how these ancient beliefs connect these everyday actions with cosmic energies.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Now let's move on to another creature that we often encounter, fish.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about this age-old practice of feeding fish?
So feeding fish, especially with offerings like flower balls or dried flies, is thought to absorb negativity, especially when it comes to finances.
Interesting.
You can think of it as a symbolic act of releasing those worries and inviting prosperity into your life.
Okay.
There's even a belief that having an aquarium at home and feeding the fish within it can enhance this positive energy flow.
So it's like creating a mini ecosystem of good fortune right in your living room. This makes me think about my grandmother, who was always out there every morning feeding the fish in her pond.
Yeah.
I always thought it was just like a sweet little habit that she had, but maybe it was something much deeper than that. Okay. What other animal friends await us on this deep dive?
Well, let's turn our attention to dogs, who are often considered our most loyal companions.
Of course, man's best friend, right?
Exactly. But, there's more to their significance than just companionship.
Oh, okay.
Feeding dogs is believed to be particularly beneficial when it comes to the planets Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu, which are often associated with challenges and obstacles.
So by showing kindness to dogs, we might be able to navigate difficult times more smoothly.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's a symbolic act of aligning ourselves with positive energies to overcome life's hurdles. And remember, any dog, regardless of color, can be fed for this purpose.
Yeah.
It's the act of kindness that matters, not the breed or appearance.
hmm
However, neglecting a pet dog could lead to negative planetary effects.
That makes you think about the responsibility we have towards our animal companions, right?
Yeah.
Their well-being is like interconnected with our own,
Mhm.
both physically and as we're exploring here, potentially on an energetic level as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now get ready to be surprised because our next animal is one you might not expect.
It's
Ants.
Really? I usually try to keep them out of my pantry. What could these tiny creatures possibly have to do with astrology?
Well, according to these beliefs, ants are connected to the planet Rahu, which can bring challenges and obstacles.
Okay.
However, feeding ants, particularly with sugar and flower balls, is believed to appease Rahu and mitigate its negative effects.
Hmm.
Think of it as a small gesture with a potentially big impact.
Yeah, these tiny creatures, often overlooked, could hold a key to navigating life's ups and downs. That's fascinating.
It really does highlight the interconnectedness of all beings and
Hmm.
reminds us that even the smallest creatures can play a role in our lives.
I'm starting to see the world in a whole new light. What other creatures hold secrets waiting to be uncovered?
Let's talk about birds.
Oh, yeah.
Those beautiful creatures that grace our skies. Offering them food and water is not only a simple act of kindness, but also carries a deeper meaning.
I love feeding birds. It always fills me with joy to see them fluttering around my feeder.
Yeah.
What's the astrological significance behind that?
Feeding birds, especially with millet and grains, is believed to ease difficulties related to education, career, and even children.
Wow.
It's a way of inviting positive energy into these areas of your life.
So by helping these feathered friends, we're potentially helping ourselves as well.
That's right. It's like a beautiful exchange of energy and good fortune.
Yeah. There's also a belief that keeping food and water for birds on your rooftop can attract prosperity and abundance.
It's a wonderful way to create a harmonious relationship with nature
Hmm.
and potentially invite positive influences into your home.
This is incredible. We've already covered so much ground.
Cool.
Let's move on to another intriguing creature, the cat.
Okay.
What can you tell us about our feline friends?
Well, cats, known for their independent nature, aren't typically associated with specific feeding rituals in this context.
Right.
However, offering them milk is believed to help overcome enemies, challenges, and even legal issues. It's like a way of invoking their strength and resilience
Hmm.
to navigate difficult situations.
So a little milk for your feline companion could bring some unexpected support your way.
There's also an intriguing belief that a cat coming to your door on its own is considered a positive omen, signaling an end to troubles.
Wow. I never knew that.
Mhm.
I'll have to pay closer attention to any feline visitors from now on.
Right.
What other surprising animal connections await us?
Get ready for this one, rats.
Rats. I have to admit I'm a little hesitant about this one.
I understand. But in a specific temple in India dedicated to the goddess Karni, rats are not just tolerated, they're revered. People offer them food and sweets,
Wow.
and their presence is considered a blessing.
Wait, really? Rats are worshipped in a temple?
It's a remarkable contrast to the usual perception of rats as pests.
Absolutely.
These rats are believed to be part of a continuous cycle of reincarnation, and their presence is seen as sacred.
That's incredible. It just goes to show how different cultures view animals and their significance. This deep dive is already changing my perspective on the animal kingdom.
It's amazing how these beliefs can challenge our assumptions and open us up to new ways of seeing the world.
Absolutely. Before we move on, though, I do want to take a moment for a quick disclaimer. It's important to remember that the beliefs we're discussing are based on interpretations of ancient traditions
Mm-hmm.
and may not align with everyone's personal views or experiences.
That's right. We're simply exploring these fascinating concepts and encouraging you to think critically about the interconnectedness of all living beings.
And to approach these beliefs with an open mind and a healthy dose of curiosity.
Now, with that said, are you ready to dive into the next fascinating animal on our list?
Absolutely. And listeners, you won't want to miss this one.
Remember how we've been talking about the potential impact of feeding certain animals? Almost like a symbolic language between us and the cosmos.
Yeah, it's like we're uncovering this hidden layer of meaning in these simple acts of kindness.
Well, let's talk about an animal that often evokes strong reactions. Snakes.
So?
They have a bit of a fearsome reputation,
Right.
but they also hold a powerful place in symbolism and spirituality.
Snakes. I'm definitely intrigued. What's the story here?
So in Hindu astrology, snakes are associated with the Nagas.
Okay.
These powerful serpent deities, often depicted as guardians of treasure and possessors of wisdom.
Nagas. I've heard of them in mythology.
Yeah,
They're often portrayed as these mystical beings with a connection to the divine.
exactly. And feeding snakes, or more specifically offering milk and rice to snake idols, is believed to appease the Nagas
Interesting.
and potentially mitigate the negative effects of certain planetary alignments, especially those related to Rahu and Ketu.
So it's like seeking harmony with these powerful cosmic forces through a gesture of respect and offering.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's about recognizing the power of these creatures and seeking balance within the cosmic order.
This is fascinating. It makes me think about how our relationship with animals can reflect our understanding of the universe and our place within it.
Precisely. And our next animal takes us even deeper into the realm of symbolism and spirituality.
Okay.
The horse.
Horses. They're such majestic creatures, often associated with freedom and power. What's their significance in this context?
Well, in Hindu mythology, the white horse is the Vahana, or vehicle, of the sun god, Surya.
Oh, wow, the sun god.
Mhm.
That's a powerful association.
Mhm.
So are we talking about literal offerings to horses,
Mhm.
or is there a symbolic aspect to this as well?
Well, while offering food and water to horses is always a good deed,
Of course.
the deeper significance here lies in honoring the sun god through rituals and prayers.
So it's more about aligning oneself with the energy of the sun, which represents vitality, power, and illumination.
Exactly. And it's believed that by doing so, one can potentially mitigate the negative effects of a weak or afflicted sun in their astrological chart.
It's like we're weaving together a tapestry of symbolic acts, each thread connected to a specific energy or intention.
And speaking of balance,
Yeah.
our next animal brings us to the element of water, the turtle.
Turtles. I know they're often seen as symbols of longevity and wisdom, but I'm curious about their connection to astrology.
In Hindu mythology, the turtle is associated with Lord Vishnu, one of the principal deities, who is often depicted resting on the back of a giant turtle.
So the turtle represents stability and support even in the midst of chaos.
Precisely.
Right.
And offering food to turtles,
Okay.
particularly leafy greens, is believed to appease Lord Vishnu and bring stability and protection to one's life.
It's fascinating how these simple acts of kindness can have such profound spiritual and astrological significance.
Indeed. And it's a reminder that our actions, no matter how small, can have a ripple effect on the universe.
That makes me want to go out and feed all the turtles in the world.
Well, that might be a bit ambitious. Even small gestures of kindness can make a difference.
Right.
And speaking of small gestures, let's talk about our final animal, the monkey.
Monkeys. They're known for their intelligence and playfulness. What's their connection to astrology?
Well, in Hindu mythology, monkeys are associated with Lord Hanuman, a deity known for his strength, devotion, and ability to overcome obstacles.
Lord Hanuman, the monkey god. He's a beloved figure, revered for his loyalty and unwavering faith.
Exactly. And feeding monkeys, particularly bananas and other fruits, is considered a way to honor Lord Hanuman and seek his blessings.
So if someone is facing challenges or feeling stuck, invoking the energy of Lord Hanuman through this simple act of kindness could help them find the strength to overcome those obstacles.
That's the belief. It's about tapping into the positive qualities associated with these animals and seeking their guidance and protection.
I'm amazed by how much we've learned about the connection between animals and astrology in this deep dive.
It's been quite a journey exploring these age-old beliefs and the intricate tapestry they weave between the animal kingdom and the cosmos. But our exploration isn't over yet. We have one more fascinating creature to discuss, one that embodies beauty, grace, and a touch of the divine.
Okay, listeners, stay tuned. We'll be right back with the final animal in our astrological menagerie. And we're back, ready to meet the final creature in our astrological menagerie.
I think our listeners will be fascinated by this one.
Okay, lay it on us.
The peacock.
The peacock, a creature that just embodies beauty and grace.
And even immortality.
Their plumage is just absolutely mesmerizing. What role do they play in this intricate tapestry of animals in the cosmos?
Well, in Hindu mythology, the peacock is associated with several deities,
Oh, wow.
including Lord Krishna and the goddess Saraswati.
Okay, so are we talking about offering food to peacocks, or is there like a more symbolic meaning here?
While offering grains and seeds to peacocks is considered auspicious, the deeper significance lies in honoring the deities they represent, those qualities of beauty, wisdom, and creativity that they embody.
It's like we're tapping into this wellspring of inspiration and divine energy through our connection with these creatures.
Precisely. It's believed that by acknowledging and honoring these qualities, we can cultivate them within ourselves and attract positive influences into our lives.
This deep dive has been incredible, uncovering these hidden connections between the animal kingdom and the cosmos. From cows to peacocks, it's amazing how each animal holds a unique significance.
Yeah, it really is. It's a testament to the richness and depth of these ancient traditions and how they kind of weave together the threads of our existence with the natural world.
So as we wrap up this exploration, what's the key takeaway for our listeners?
It's important to remember that these beliefs stem from specific cultural interpretations, and they may not resonate with everyone's personal views or experiences.
Absolutely. We always encourage our listeners to approach this information with an open mind, respect for diverse cultural perspectives, and a healthy dose of critical thinking.
But beyond the specific beliefs, what we can all take away is the interconnectedness of all beings.
Yes. Regardless of whether you subscribe to the astrological significance, there's no denying the profound impact animals have on our lives.
And the importance of treating them with kindness and respect. Their well-being is intricately interwoven with our own, and perhaps as we've explored today, even our energetic well-being.
So as we close this chapter of the deep dive, we'll leave you with this final thought to ponder.
Does the act of kindness itself, regardless of any astrological beliefs, contribute to a more positive flow of energy?
It's a question worth reflecting on. Maybe it's in those simple acts of compassion, those moments of connection with other living beings, that we find a deeper harmony both within ourselves and with the world around us.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of animal astrology.
Until next time, keep those minds curious, those hearts open, and remember the wisdom that can be found in the most unexpected places, even in the eyes of a peacock or the scurrying of an ant.